Good morning. Well, we've had a few things to juggle around. I've got a child home a little bit sick, so a sore neck. So luckily the neighbours kicked in. You know, where there's a will, there's a way.
Now, we've got a lot to get through this morning. So what we're going to do is actually just get straight into it. We can see that there's lots of people joining now that it's 10 o'clock South Australian time. So we can see that there's a few of you guys on there. So Cassie, Pina, hello, Sophia, Joe,
Ali,
Dee,
Carol, Claire, Joe, Josephine,
so
Karen.
What we really want to do is encourage you guys to get your pens. I don't know if you've got your workbooks yet. We sent out an email. Hi. We sent out an email just to let you know what the link was to download your workbook about an hour and a half ago. If you're in the SmartChicks Coterie, you can also just go straight to the files, download it, and hi Rose, and basically just print it off or use it for later when you're watching the recording.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So guys, let's get started.
Let's.
Okay.
So, connections and collaboration strategies that aren't gross.
Okay. So guys, we know that you are here because you are an awesome, passionate, smart chick who is going to make a huge difference in this world with your business. And you totally know that you need more people to know about you. Tick. In order to be known, right, you need to get out of the bush of your business.
So it's time to burn the bush.
It is time to burn the bush. And when you're out there, when you're actually connecting with people, what happens is you actually start attracting your tribe magnetically.
Yeah.
Your perfect tribe, which is your list. And without a list,
you don't have a business. That's right. Or you're doing lots of playing. So our research shows that the number one reason that you don't get out of the bushes of your business is fear. So fear and confidence. And, you know, as a woman in business, you need to get really good at building yourself up and being around other people where you can be built up to make sure that you find the confidence to get out there. We were just saying in the kitchen, you know, every business, no matter what it is you do, if you are not letting people know who you are and attracting the right people to you, you don't have a business. Even big business is the same.
That's right. So this is what we hear all the time. Does it? Actually, we would really like to know in the chat box
if there's any other
things that feel familiar or if there's anything else. So I am so anxious about being rejected. They will think I'm being pushy. I'm going to come across as selfish. Why do my thoughts about this matter? Does that one sound familiar?
Yeah. These are all actual research from our community of people that have told us the sorts of things that hold them back and that make them feel afraid or lacking confidence. My fear stops me from reaching out. I'm not good enough. Ooh. I'm not qualified enough. Have you ever felt like, oh, I don't feel like I'm qualified enough, or I'm scared I'll be humiliated?
So we've got some examples coming in. Ali, I have no credibility and I'm not an expert. Linda, there's so many businesses out there just like mine. Exactly. If there's anyone else that wants to add to the chat, please feel free to do that. Now, in case you haven't noticed, you might be able to see the chat box where I'm presenting. I've got the anxiety rash.
She's much better now, but the rash still comes. So don't even think that you're necessarily going to be able to kick it to the curb.
It's not going anywhere. Okay, so my anxiety rash comes when I feel a little bit anxious. I've also had a coffee, so that doesn't help. The picture on the left with the headphones is one of my very first webinars. I actually sent a photo of myself, I think, to you.
To me.
To explain. I did it, but I feel really nervous.
And in that one, no one could even see you.
No one could even see me. Like in this one, I'm letting you see me. Yeah. And then in the second picture, this was a picture that I took of myself and probably also sent it to you. It was the first time that I had ever been asked to speak at a meetup group. I was actually talking about money and investment strategies and the different things that I've done to create my multiple streams of income. So that was really nerve-wracking for me. I also had other pictures where I was really red, but I thought this one pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
So the types of times that I get really anxious are when I'm doing webinars. I used to wear scarves in the middle of summer to job interviews when I finished uni. And I also get super nervous about going to networking events where I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
And I also, back in the day, used to get really nervous about actually connecting, just putting posts in Facebook groups where I wasn't really sure what the vibe was in there and how that all kind of worked.
Yeah.
Kirsty, what's your fear?
So
what was it?
For me, it was often about, the whole, am I enough? Do I know enough? And if they really knew what was going on behind the scenes, would they think I was worthy, or would they think that I, had enough value to give? And the reality is, this is still sometimes us. Like, this is not that long ago. That's right. And you don't actually have to have everything polished. In fact, people connect with you even better when they can really relate to you. We can be really inspired by, your Tony Robbins and what have you, but people aspire to be people that they can actually resonate with and realize that that's possible for me. Like, if that's the way how it is for them and they're doing that, then I can get there. So it was a big thing for me to realize, until I really knew what we were doing with even Smart Chicks and the messaging and be clear what I was getting out, it was a struggle to kind of get out of the bushes.
So this is actually a really funny picture that we wanted to include, because this was behind the scenes on our first business summit earlier on this year. Now, you can see that we've actually got a background now as of this week, but the scarves were our background.
They're hanging over the back of a projector screen.
Yeah, and our light was literally a lamp in Kirsty's thing with the school shirt hanging over.
Yeah, so that it kind of had a nice, soft glow.
Instead of us going, we can't see. So the point is, start connecting. The business summit for us was connecting with influencers. Start connecting, even if you don't really know what your message is yet, even if you don't feel like you're enough, because you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know that through our own experiences and research, that to overcome the fear of visibility in your business, there are 4 main areas that we need to focus on. So connection is what we're talking about today, but it's kind of an interchangeable circle. We know that confidence is an issue, and a strategy, celebration strategies, and consistency in our business strategies. We're going to be talking about authentic connection and collaboration strategies today, so that you can start attracting your tribe, which is what we're all about, right?
Absolutely. But first, let's set the scene on the moves that are a bit gross.
Oh, gosh.
And you've all seen these, and maybe some of them you've done. Like, there's plenty of people that have learnt better strategies that can relate with some of these and go, ooh, I did that. Oh, okay, maybe that's not a good idea.
So these ones are a little bit poopy, and it's not what we've actually, we've experienced them ourselves, but this has come from our community as well. Like, we actually did a shout out a couple of times in the last few weeks just to ask them, what kind of experiences have you had online when you've been connected with?
Yeah, and can I quickly say, there are so many times when I've received sometimes messages over the years that are some of these things, and I actually felt it was my duty to educate the people. So there were so many times I would even invest time kind of in the conversation just to help them realize that's really not going to help you.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be a successful strategy for you. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the post-poaching Linda likes. Okay, so the Facebook friend and spam. So this is when I friend you on Facebook, and without even saying hello, I try and talk to you about my business.
Yeah, you throw through a link or straight away.
Worse than the Facebook friend and spam is I don't even friend you. I just stalk you a bit and I think, yep, you're awesome. And then I send you information to, to buy my product or to participate in my coaching service or whatever I've got going on. Now, the third, friends of friends spam, I'm going to let you give the example about your mum.
Do you know what? I had a lady that I had connected with. She was she was actually working for an MLM company. And I had interesting conversations with her. I met up with her. And over the Christmas, so many months later, my mum got a personal message from this person about, her business and what have you. And the only way, like, my mum lives in northern New South Wales, there is absolutely no way this lady would have come across her, had any connection with her, other than having gone through my friends list and picked my mum. And when mum went, oh, I don't know what this, and I looked, I went, are you kidding me? Like, oh my goodness.
Okay, so we've got a whole another page. So the post like and sell to privately move.
They've liked my post. They must want what I've got.
Yeah. Or I've commented to support you, therefore I really would like some unsolicited selling.
Yeah, that's right. Please.
Message. Okay, the social media post poaching. So this is the one that Linda was laughing at. Social media post poaching is when I put something on social media. So let's talk about in our Facebook group. I put a post for On the House, which is Friday, my free offer in the Smart Chicks Coterie. And someone who's got a similar business to me would actually come into my post and start trying to poach the leads that I have actually generated with my authentic connection, because they're not really sure how to connect authentically themselves. So it's just easier to go and poach.
They figure they'll piggyback off you.
Yeah.
Oh, so, there's that. Or I've got something even better. Why don't you look at one?
So Linda Burgess, you were saying you've got one of your things is that you've got businesses that are kind of similar, like the story that we tell ourselves. So, like you could just go and poach some people from other businesses that are exactly the same as yours. Don't do that.
Yeah.
We're joking.
No.
Okay,
don't.
The promo day flasher. So these are the ones that come in to a Facebook group or to a lot of these are online Facebook group strategies, to a Facebook group, and they will turn up on promo day and then they're like a ghost.
Yeah.
For the rest of the
Nobody knows who they are because they haven't created any connection. They haven't created any conversation. They haven't tried to connect with anybody. And they think that their promo day is actually going to have any sort of, gain any traction. It's not going to happen. I want to just ask in the comments, who's feeling a bit gross just even thinking about this? Like, we're thinking about the gross, poopy stuff. We're not even doing it, or Rogue's saying yuck. Yeah. So the copy and paste-a-thon is another one that's not truly authentic. So if you're actually showing up in social media, you want to make sure that you're not just copying and pasting the same identical content into, 100 groups, onto your business page, onto your personal page, and there's no kind of personalization of what you're doing. Particularly like for those of you who are in Facebook groups, there's hashtags, right, where people can actually be guided to actually have a bit of content strategy. Yeah. So we don't just copy and paste like a promo from another group into a sharing day. Well, it just doesn't look like you've put any effort in, and you're not really, like, I love it when I see a live come into our group and they're saying, hey, Smart Chicks, blah, blah, blah. I know that they're there to speak to that community. Yeah. At the very least. So here's some more yucky ones, and then we're going to move on to the good stuff, right? Some of these are ones that you'll even experience in person. Yeah. So the all about me vomit. That's like, hey, intro, instead of going intro, a little bit of personal story and a bit about what I do. And if it's not even a business group, don't go and tell them all about your business, and don't spend the whole thing, all about you. Don't meet people at a meetup group, whip out a book and whip out whatever. Oh, I think we'll talk about this later. Yeah, don't talk to them all about you, the whole conversation. So the all about me, the freebies with a catch. So one of the girls in the group was saying that they thought that they were getting a freebie, and it turned out it was actually $200. So what about that was actually free? Okay, this is one of my favorites. So I'm going to get them. Yeah. We don't get people. No, people don't like to be got. They like to be helped. Yeah. Helping, solutions, but not got. They're not like an object that you need to like catch in a net. So I'll shout you a coffee, but then I'm going to whip my iPad out and sell you something. That actually happened to me once. That was a bit gross. That's happened lots of times. Yeah. Be open and honest with how and why you want to connect to them. The take my bad day out on my customer. We've got an example of that in a minute. Guys, this is a very controversial one, the next one, and we will. But this actually happens to court, so. But it actually has. Someone has said this to me. If your child had you in a bit of a spin. Yeah, could you afford it then? And it's like, you know what? The service that I'm looking to purchase from you is not the same as my child being sick. Yeah. The late arrival biz card chuck and run or book. Yeah. Chuck and run. We've been running networking events where people have turned up late and just literally at the very end, and then kind of literally just handed out their business cards and then left. Yeah. They didn't really hang around. No one really knew who they were. The card is almost useless if you can't connect and go, you want to be able to kind of make a connection. So Tina's experience, the have your children got cancer one as well, which is kind of like, I can't believe that people actually do that. So this is the latest. We added this last night because my mate Richard Dada over here decided to give me some awesome content for this webinar today. Hello, lady. Just like to chat with you, baby. So he's a perfect example of I'm not going to Facebook friend you, but I'm just going to send you a gross message to see where, maybe I could send him some money sometime. Yeah. The
quote for the wedding flowers. So this was one of the girls in our group, and she was talking about the fact that she just wanted quotes for her wedding, and the bad day, taking it out on your customers kind of example is, you know, if someone says that I want quotes because it's my wedding, and the response that you get is, I'm not interested in price wars.
Yeah. It's like, well,
you're $100 cheaper, but I'm still not going to go with you, because we didn't really get that authentic connection happening. We didn't really.
People will pay more for the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time for a gazillion.
Oh, let's just have a shower.
It feels like that, doesn't it? Definitely.
Okay. Enough yuck.
Yeah. Let's get on to the good stuff.
Okay.
Right.
Worksheets time. Guys, what we want you to do is, on your worksheet, you've actually got a whole bunch of places that you can connect with people. I want you to start thinking about 3 places that you're going to hang out in the next, I said 4 months. That was supposed to be 1 month.
What? Sorry.
You could do a content
4 months
plan for 4 months.
Yeah, that's right.
Connection plan. Claire online has a great planner. If you want to just get in touch with her. Okay, so when you see a place that feels good to hang out, write it down. So
places to connect.
Not the barbecue.
No.
Our friends at the barbecue don't necessarily value what we do, right?
No, that's right. You have to be conscious of the conversations you have at the barbecue.
Okay, so tribe and vibes. Let's talk. We'll talk about that later. That's something that we actually run through Smart Chicks. We'll tell you a bit more about that.
But that's basically, you know, face-to-face connections. One of the ways, one of the avenues that you'll come across those. Obviously, we have that in Adelaide. There's more of those around. Meetup.com. There are so many amazing groups. It's really important for you to get in front of either like-minded people who are going to be good support-wise, or where your potential customers hang out.
So start writing in the chat as well, if you like, if you don't have the worksheet, where you guys are going to start hanging out. Eventbrite.com, similar to Meetup, they actually promote your event as well if you're running one, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, we actually had some people that came to it, the last or the one before that, on the Tribe and Vibe, and they'd never even heard of Smart Chicks before, but it popped up through Eventbrite. So yeah, it's a good place to use as well for yourself to run some events if you want to market it.
So did you know that you can actually use Facebook as a Google search? Did you know that? So you can go up to the top left, search business event, and then local business, and you can actually say Adelaide, Brisbane, whatever. And
I didn't know that.
Pop up that are Facebook events. So that's an example of something, and it could be something that a friend has invited you to that you missed, or something that they're running that you've missed, or I think there's also just random events on there. Google business event, guys. Honestly, I did this last night just as a bit of a test, and there was like pages and pages and pages of awesome events.
Yeah.
I should show that.
Yeah, show me that. After this.
Local councils came up as in that search, actually.
Yeah.
What's the Chamber of Commerce?
The Chamber of Commerce, I think, is like your BNIs, isn't it?
It's also, I believe it's a not-for-profit organisation around Australia where you can actually just meet up with local businesses as well.
Yeah, they probably run events as well.
Professional association meetings. I'm actually a paediatric occupational therapist as well. And going to the paediatric interest group meetings for OT Australia, that was always really good. In fact, through that, I kind of started like connecting with a woman who's now offered to be our business mentor.
Yes, that's right.
And had coffee with her literally last week. She fed me. It was awesome. In the holidays, courses, markets, masterminds. You can create your own mastermind to connect with people.
And random people that you meet at Fairy Valley.
Yes.
Or swimming or whatever. Like, you know, you need to be thinking about connecting with people all the time, particularly when you're in business, because you never know, you can go next picture. You never know where those conversations are going to lead and how you can help them or whatever. It's quite amazing what can come out in conversation just by taking the time.
So, Facebook pages, Facebook groups. We've got a Facebook group that you're welcome to come and hang out
in. Hey, Nicole.
That's so funny. Nicole and I have been stalking each other online for a while, and we finally got together face to face again. Okay, so Facebook pages and groups. Messenger's a great place to connect.
Yeah.
We'll talk about how we met later.
Yes,
but like a non-gross way of using Messenger.
Yeah.
LinkedIn. We've actually just been, one of our contacts has just actually started some LinkedIn connection training as well.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Our tech team just sent us some stuff about that this morning as well.
Yeah, that's right. And just remember, you don't have to do all of these. So don't get overwhelmed with the fact that there's a list. That's what we said. Pick 3 places. You know, LinkedIn is a monster unto itself. So you want to pick a couple of places and start playing in those spaces.
And Linda, you're talking about the fact that your niche is male entrepreneurs. All of these strategies can be used for male entrepreneurs. Like the Smart Chicks Coterie, probably be a bit hard up to find like a male entrepreneur.
But it doesn't mean, you always have to remember, right? Everybody knows 250 plus people. So it's through the connections of the people that you connect with that know what you do. The greater the referral base you have through the people that you know, they will help you. Like, most of us probably have a partner.
Yeah, and there's probably plenty of chicks that would be happy
and a lot of them are men.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, some of them not. Okay, so Instagram, Twitter, email lists, blogs, other people's blogs, your own blog, avatar interviews. We're going to be talking about that soon. Client sessions, group coaching, online courses, posting a Nigel No Friends video in a mother's group. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, someone might have done that.
So get your worksheets out, and if you haven't got your worksheet, just use the chat box.
Yeah, you can type them in there.
Let's think about the days and times right here, right now, because she who is brave is free. Free? Yeah, I said that right.
Yeah, that's
she who is brave is free.
Yeah.
Let's actually work out exactly when you're going to dedicate some connection time in your life, because actually writing stuff down kind of makes it happen a little bit more than not writing it down.
Absolutely.
I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah. The power of actually writing that, connecting it to your hand, to your typing.
So a little bit of background, some what you might want to do, some examples. You might wake up at 7 a.m. and just post something in a Facebook group.
Yeah.
You might decide to go on meetup.com and choose one meetup.com that you choose to go to in that month. So there's only 4 strategies that we're asking you to have a think about. Josie, the worksheet is in the files in the coterie. You'll be able to just access that really easily. We sent you an email, but because you're already in there.
Yeah, you're in there. You can download it easy. Yeah.
No worries. Okay, we've got the places to connect.
We have.
What next?
Now, let's have a look at how we can be authentic and how we can make those connections.
I've spent a lot of this week finding photos of us to put in here.
I know, I've been impressed with how many there are lots of photos of us.
Okay, so people don't buy what you do, they buy
why you do it.
You do it.
Yeah, so this is where it comes down to that personal connection. Even bigger businesses are realizing the way they've got to actually start to emotionally connect with their customers. And for most of us that are our business, even if we have employees and, a small team, we actually still need to be the one that is actually making that connection and letting them know why it is that we're so passionate about what we do, what it is that we're doing on our business forward.
So be real, be genuine. It's like being the happiest, friendliest version of yourself instead of like I'm going to be authentic by being negative, because we don't want to be a crap magnet, right?
No.
We put out and we receive what we are. So you can be authentic and talk about how you're going to have a bit of a crappy day, but we're going to talk about our learnings and be solution focused. So Matthew, my son, it's been fixed now, but he rubbed off my crazy lady whiteboard over there. And my choice is to get annoyed about that, or my choice is to think maybe that wasn't the right budget. I don't know. Yeah. What are the learnings? So if we're sitting there airing our dirty laundry about, the fight that we had with our husband, chances are you're probably going to start attracting the people that kind of thrive on drama.
Yeah.
And thrive on negativity.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you are being authentic, but you're maybe attracting the people that don't feel like your tribe, have a think about, am I being solution focused?
Yeah. How am I responding? Talk to strangers on purpose.
This is like your favourite thing to do.
It is. Do you know what? I remember my son saying to me, actually it was my daughter, because my son does it as well. Mum, why are you talking to that person? You don't even know them. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But, sometimes I feel like I can help them with something, like they might be lost or they might be whatever. Like I'll make conversations, but I think that there is a lot of power in just engaging, like smiling. It doesn't even have to be a big thing. And then sometimes you can end up seeing that person 5 times at swimming, and then you start a conversation with them. Like connection is huge. So, allow the connection to happen.
And it's on purpose. So you're choosing to actually turn up to events and engage with people, choosing to be dragged along to the Christmas party that you don't necessarily want to be at. And instead of hiding in the toilet, maybe you could go and chat to a couple of people. And if you're a bit of an introvert, believe it or not, I'm actually a bit of an introvert in groups of people that I don't know. People laugh, for those of you who know me. But
have a strategy.
If you've got a strategy, it can kind of be
easier.
A bit easier. So should we talk about the strategy?
Yeah. So strategy, we use the FORM or FORD sort of acronym. So if you talk about family, so if you ask a question, you know, always think question-wise, like how can I engage in conversation to be interested in the other person? So to ask about their family, ask about their occupation, you know, what do they do? Kind of get interested in around that. Recreation, what do they do for fun? You know, have they been on holidays? Where have they been? Or, you know, what are you doing for Christmas, depending on the time of the year that it is? And money or dreams, you know, you can talk about what do they want to do? What do they aspire to do? And, you know, that will change based on some of the other things. And sometimes by the time you get to that, you realise, I don't know, this is my sort of person anyway. Because they might be negative or they might be, you know, one-word answers or whatever. But this is a great way for you to have something to say to be able to start the conversation.
I'm going to give you a real-life example. So I was at Fairy Ballet with my daughter, Theatre Bugs, here in Adelaide, and I was sitting next to this chick next to me, and our daughters were playing, right? And I thought, oh, God, here we go. I'm going to probably have to talk to this person because they're engaging with us, both of them. Anyway, I turned around, and because I sometimes need a bit of a strategy to talk to people that I don't know, I was like, oh, is that your daughter? Family? Oh, what do you do? Occupation. Oh, have you just moved to Adelaide? Recreation. And, oh, okay, I'm actually starting to like you now.
Wow, you're a brand strategist. Oh, very big. Oh, wow.
Sarah has now become one of our best friends. She lives around the corner from us. Our kids are really close as well. They're the same age. They're just an amazing family, and we get along really well with them, right? Yeah. So what about you meeting Kerry?
Yeah, so I heard about her book when I went to a Sam Cawthorn event about 2 years ago, as she does, and I reached out and thought, do talk to strangers. I love it. You know, it's that kind of opposite sort of title, which is what Sam's really good at, you know, getting people to really look at. So instead of the whole don't talk to strangers, she wrote a book called Do Talk to Strangers, and that resonated for me. So I reached out, started a conversation. She's done a couple of trainings in for Smart Chicks, and now we're friends and we kind of connect, and, you know, who knows what will happen in the future. I think that's the key. You never know how a connection can change your life.
So Nicole's on the line as well. She actually knows Sarah, coincidentally. We didn't even know that until last week. So Nicole, I was at a paediatric interest group meeting years ago. Nicole was a guest speaker. She actually said to me last week she couldn't even remember what she was there talking about, which was funny. And then I was thinking, she's a smart chick. I want to hang out with her. So I actually went and approached her and just started talking. I liked the fact that she was funny. It was probably around that time that I'd done my Nigel No Friends videos into the group, the mothers group or whatever, to try and find some friends after I moved back from Adelaide, from Sydney. And Nicole has actually, she's now in our circle of people that we know. We're hanging out with her, and so the rest is history. She's actually offered to do some business coaching and mentoring for us as well, which is really cool. She's a really smart chick. You guys should go and stalk her too.
And this is it. We all want to attract in the sort of people we want to hang out with. So you have to be the sort of person you want to hang out with.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes that means putting some big girl panties on and doing something that maybe you're feeling a little bit nervous about, like avatar interviews. On your worksheet, there's actually a bit of a section that you can write, who is my avatar, so that when you come into your girl panties. So, and Nicole was also saying that she then kidnapped me and took me to lunch. I did feel a little bit like the third wheel. She'd already decided to have lunch with someone else that day, but I took it, and the rest is history. So avatar interviews, it's a way for you to really nail what your client wants, or it's a way for you to really establish whether or not the group of people that you think are going to be your client that you want to connect with actually are. So you can have a think. Am I interested in chatting to 35-year-old women who are in corporate jobs who want to create their own business on the side in coaching? That could be like an avatar. If you put that in the list, what you can actually do is come into the Smart Chicks Coder even on research day and pop a question out there that says, hey, does anyone want to chat to me for 20 minutes? I've got some questions for you. And in exchange, you might give them a little bit of a present, like 20 minutes of your time you know, they can pick your brain.
Depending on what it is that you do or how you think you might be able to help them as well.
Yeah.
But doing avatar interviews helps you get your copy, you're speaking the language of the sort of people that you can help, and you actually can convert some to clients ultimately, because you'll actually make a connection, funnily enough, and you'll realise, oh, I really like them. They'll think, oh, I really like this person. And if you genuinely can serve them and they genuinely want to be served by you, it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Okay, videos. Okay, guys, one of the biggest things that you can do when you're actually doing your videos, so Facebook does live stream videos these days, but back in the day, they didn't have live stream. You had to pre-record it. So that's why we started doing the hashtag one take, no fake as a bit of a strategy for the guys in our Smart Chicks Coterie group. One of the things that you can do is just start by talking about how you're nervous.
Yep.
Feeling a bit nervous. I've got my crazy lady rash that I get when I'm feeling anxious, and be aware of the fact that you can be imperfect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. People actually love imperfect because they go, oh, phew, well, maybe I could do a video because I've got crap behind me too. Or whatever. You know, like they will resonate with you even more and are more likely to buy your services or your products.
Yeah. So when you've got live videos, like today, webinar, interact. We like chatting to you guys at the same time as when we're presenting.
Yeah.
Sophia, on that note, has just said that she loves the avatar idea. Good. And then when you're doing your videos, you can actually just stick a post-it note in front of you.
Yeah.
So that you've got a couple of dot points.
And then it still looks like you're looking at the camera.
Or you're actually reading the lines. You can just have written notes down the bottom. That's okay.
Yeah.
People don't really care. People like the fact that you are approachable.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the example you were telling me yesterday?
Yeah. So I was speaking with a client yesterday who I'm working with to help her build her funnels. She has been building her business all on Instagram. Now, as we know, Instagram is often about being perfect and about looking awesome. But it's really good to actually still be genuine in there. So she had decided she'd have a bit of a look at Facebook. She started up a group, and in the one day she got over 150 people into the group. So she was like, wow, this is crazy. And she started just posting some photos, I think, of her with her daughter sitting on the bench cooking dinner, with her feeding her daughter in between doing other stuff. And she got 5 sales on the day, you know, just from the people that saw her there. And she was like, oh, you know, she just couldn't believe it. And she realized people like don't know who I am on Instagram the way I'm running it at the moment. And suddenly, and they were really interactive. She's like, man, they're all talking to me and they're really interactive. And so she was kind of, you know, she had a wine in one of them or whatever. And people were like, oh, that's great. And that's me too. And I do that and whatever. So yeah, people will buy from you when they can actually see themselves in you a lot more.
Likewise, when I moved to, from Sydney back to Adelaide, when my son was just born, so about 4.5 years ago, I was thinking, I just want some connection. Back then, Smart Chicks didn't exist. I hadn't even met Kirsty yet. I had a property renovation company, and I was just trying to hang out with some mums that kind of understood business as well, or at the very least were interested in kind of just not talking about like
nappies and stuff all the time.
All the time. Like, can we talk about like adult stuff?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did was I put what I called my Nigel No Friends video into a local mothers group, and basically said, like, hey, I'm Klotz, got 2 kids, these are their ages, looking for some friends.
Literally made it, didn't you? Yeah.
But what came out of that is, so Maria, who I met, she's coming around to my place in a couple of weeks for Halloween. That's cool. Kim, who I met, is just starting a business. Kim's sister Jackie, we now collaborate with in Smart Chicks.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of other people. I actually did do a Nigel No Friends video into that the business group as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one, but Kirsty was kind of, I got your attention somehow because you contacted me.
Yeah, well, I was all about authentic connections. So I've always been about that. And I don't know, I think this is why it's my zone of genius, because I have always felt empathy for people that don't know them. And it doesn't come naturally too.
Tell us in the chat who feels comfortable doing videos and who's a little bit like, oh, I just probably need a little bit of my hand held through that situation. And this is a safe space. Don't feel nervous to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're doing that, let's talk about Facebook. We have a Facebook group, as you know, and basically one of the questions to get into our Facebook group is to just talk about whether or not you are interested in authentic connections. Now, if you can't be bothered to even answer that question, probably not interested in an authentic connection. But the other thing that we actually look out for is, are you kind of like hanging out in 896 Facebook groups? Because I'm not really sure how you can kind of be authentic in all of those. That's a bit like, maybe just have to think about
that. It's like not possible. How much do you really want to be in our group and connect? Because that's why it's so highly interactive, is because the people that are there really want to be there, and people thrive and like that. They like to be a part of something. So yeah, we're not trying to grow the group as fast as we can and with the biggest numbers we can. So we're quite happy to say, I'm not sure you're a good fit.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah. But let's just go back, because
there's a couple of
comments. For those of you who are kind of into videos, like we just genuinely want to invite you over to the Smart Chicks Coterie, right? Because you're welcome to do videos in there, and if you want to learn in a safe space, you can do it in there as well. So Josie's fairly comfortable.
Yeah, you're getting great, Josie. Like, I'm loving you getting out there and getting comfortable. I've really gotten to connect and know you through the videos you're doing. So keep going.
And can I just say, Josie, my friend Kim told me that you contacted her in one of her posts about something, and she went back and stalked your videos in the coterie.
See,
and that's
people
what made her want to work with you.
Yeah. People are always watching. Never forget that. So even if you're putting stuff out there and you think that, what am I doing this for? Know that you're making those connections.
So Anne-Sophie's super comfortable. We know that. She's actually going to be putting on a stand-up
Karen, hey, Karen.
Karen, not comfortable to have just started a business. Snapchat. Snapchat is not really something that we know a lot about.
No, so we haven't done a lot with it apart from what the kids are doing. But anyway.
A little less.
But there's a lot of business in Snapchat.
Linda, she's okay with videos. Did a 30-day live challenge.
Perfect.
Yes.
That cleared you of it. Yeah, that's good. Now just keep it up and keep consistent, because otherwise you'll fall off the wagon.
Carol, you're feeling like you're sounding a bit wooden. That's okay. You can just practice. Maybe stick some Post-it notes up and just talk about something that's not business related to get your confidence up.
Look at how far you've come by doing it, and then go back and look at other original videos you did. And just remember, even in business, you can always get to a point you can delete some of the first ones. Once you've built up some, it doesn't have to all stay there.
And Lisa is sitting at about an 8, so you're doing really well. Pina, she's feeling okay about doing videos, but then she starts to freeze up or go totally blank. Having the notes doesn't always work. Okay, here's my OT brain that kicks in. What happens is, so I used to get a freeze response when I was doing this, right? Fight or flight, but freeze, like, deer in the headlights, what am I talking about? And all the blood rushes to my legs so that I can run away from the big bad bear, which is you. So what happens is, if you actually talk and talk and talk and talk and talk to yourself, talk to your teddy, talk to the, for those of you who have a teddy, it's really weird. How did that come out? Video, the bush, whatever, talk to the bush before you get out of the bush. So basically, if you can talk and talk and talk, what happens is the neuronal pathways in your brain actually start to be like little rivers that get like a stronger current, and the water starts flowing a little bit more easily, and the words just come. So use the videos to really get your message clear.
And just be in a safe space. You don't have to yet be doing it on your business page. That's what the coterie is for. That's what our membership's for. You just need to start.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, everyone. I know that there's quite a few of you that have commented. We're going to move on to Facebook groups. So Kirsty actually uses Facebook Messenger to connect with people. It's not necessarily like the first time you connect with them. You might connect with them in real life, or you might connect with them
it all depends. Sometimes I've chatted with them a little bit or made certain comments, and then I obviously might friend them. And then if I friend someone, I pretty much always send them a message. Sometimes it might be a bit later because I'm busy, but I pretty much always send them a message to say why and how but if I've just had a conversation, then they usually know exactly why because they've seen it. But when Courts and I first connected, we had a few conversations about trying to meet up. Then I was at Kmart one day. Courts was coming over that day, but we still hadn't organised the time. She was finishing a meeting and she messaged me and said, okay, I'm done, are you ready? And I did a voice message back to her. Now, lots of people are doing voice message now, but I have to say there's still lots of people that when I send a voice message, they go, wow, how did you do that? So I still get amazed that people don't realise you can do message or video. And I said to Courts, yep, 1:00 sounds great, sounds awesome. And I said, what do you reckon? And she came back and went, I reckon I like the voice message. because she hadn't seen it yet.
She's a smart chick. I'm going to hang out with her.
And so next thing we're at my place, and that really is the beginning of everything.
Yeah. So Facebook Messenger, voice message, beginning of a potential company.
We know that, you know, when you look at email or text, you can always either potentially take things the wrong way or not get the message across, or feel like you have to write a lot to say it. You can say a lot of words in a short period of time. So the reason voice or video is so much stronger is there's so much more connection in seconds.
Yeah. Okay, so influencers.
Yeah.
These are some of the guys that we hung out with lately.
Yeah.
We had fun, didn't we? And we made sure that we went and chatted to them. We didn't just hide in the corner, in the bush. We actually went and made ourselves known.
Yeah.
So create opportunities, guys, to connect with influencers. So this is a conference that we went to earlier on this year. You can connect with people via social media. Kirsty, you've got a really good strategy for Instagram, actually.
Yeah, Instagram, and you can use it with Facebook as well. And, you know, if you get an opportunity to go to a conference like this, get out of the bushes and be prepared to speak with the people you want to connect with. That's number one. But number two, if you're not at those things, but you still want to get kind of in the radar of influencers that you aspire to be like, make sure that you connect on their page, set the notifications. This is particularly Instagram, but you should be able to do the same on Facebook. Set the notifications so you'll know when they've posted or put up a picture or whatever, so that you can go back in and try and be one of the first people to respond. Say something genuine and authentic. Don't just go, cool, because it'll look like a robot. And if it's a robot, then they'll know that it's not as connecting. And keep doing that so that over time, we all know, like for us having our group, the people that are in there that are commenting and connecting and posting and whatever, they're the people that make the community. So they know the same. So if you keep going, then influencers will start to say, who are these smart chicks, or who is this person? And then you can start conversations within posts or whatever. And eventually you'll get the opportunity to potentially have a collaboration.
Yeah. And creating opportunities to collaborate is really important. So one of the things that we actually do is we run a course called Attract Your Tribe Influencer Program. The last round of that just finished. We'll be talking about that again like in about 4 months or something when it opens up again. But the whole purpose of that is to teach people how to connect with influencers and collaborate with influencers in their sphere so that they can add value to the wider community and therefore start attracting their perfect tribe and find out what that tribe wants to be able to deliver what they want straight to them. So on your worksheets, guys, or in the chat box, have a think about the influencers that you would like to just get in front of. And don't be scared to do that. Just start thinking about who you're going to reach out to.
You have to really think about who are the people you're hanging out with. So who is it that you're connecting with or talking with or getting support and help from? And who are the people that you want to be? And that's the people you want to collaborate with. You know, I just always think about sport. If you want to get better at sport, when your team or you personally compete or play with somebody better than you, you raise to the standard of the person. And it's exactly the same in business.
Exactly. Now, one of the keys that you need to remember is that when you're connecting and being authentic, you actually have to want to help the people. It's not like I'm going to pretend to want to help you.
People can see through that.
Get you.
Yeah.
People can see through that. So the genuine thing. So to make more, you can actually make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Dale Carnegie.
Yeah. He's
not a smart chick. He's a clever Richard.
That's right. He is. Very clever.
If you who get that, feel free to write yes in the
chat
box. So, language. So we've talked about this. Getting people versus helping people. Listening to what the people are saying when they want help. So you're listening to help them as opposed to listening, as you said last night, waiting for the gap so that you can speak.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You need to be always thinking when you're having, when you're asking questions, you can almost make it a game. If you're connecting with someone that's a really good connector, it'll be question. But if they're not that good, then feel free to take over the asking them about them. People love it. And the whole time they're responding, keep thinking, who do I know I should connect them with? Like how can I help them?
Exactly. And then that leads us to referrals, right? So when you're referring people to other people, you want to be the personal touch introducer of the people together, right? Like send them a Facebook Messenger to introduce them, send them an email. The number of people so we met a guy randomly on some couches around the corner from Kirsty's house. And And the number of people that he has emailed to us, hey, Courts and Kirsty, I think blah, 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 you should chat to this person.
Yeah,
and
I'll leave you guys there. Yeah. Like he just does crazy emails. Yeah. But he's so personable and he's so good at thinking, who can I connect you to? Who do I know that would be good for you?
Exactly.
Amazing.
Now, 3 ways in this situation are totally acceptable.
That's right. That's right.
Have a three-way via email. Have a 3-way via
or messenger, you know, yeah. And don't be afraid to even do a quick video introduction in it.
So we met the guy literally on the couches around the corner from Kirsty's house where we used to run our events at Damien's on Fisher.
Yeah.
In Fullerton, here in Adelaide. We stole his table one day and he came and told us and then we got chatting to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about building trust. We're aware of you guys and the time, so we want to just totally get as much as we can in here.
Yeah.
So guys, are we dating? Are we having a
one-night stand?
There's a bit of a sex theme here.
Yeah.
One-night stand. Okay, so let's talk about the importance of content.
Yeah.
And building rapport over time.
Yeah.
Right? So what are the percentages when we're...
Well, when you're putting content, so say you're, like when you're in a group, make sure you look at what their pinned post is and what's the rules and regulations. Always go in and go to search. I want to be genuine and authentic in here. So I want to know, how does it work in here? That shows respect, number one. But if you're creating content plan or some information that you're starting to share on your business page or even in your group, you can look at these as amounts of posting. So say, for example, it's Instagram and you're going to do a post every day. Over the month, so say 30 odd posts, you want about 25 to 30% of them to be the first 3. So you want something that's about connection, that's really personal storytelling about you, so they're starting to get to know who you are. This is all kind of spaced out, right? Value, you want to give them valuable content. Really short and sweet. Remember, less is more. So you want them to get really good gold nuggets and punchy things. Otherwise, people don't have time to see it or hear it. Inspiration, so you want to inspire them. And only about 10 to 20% of what you put on there should be sales. Whether that's just asking for an email, like it might even be where your other value is free, totally free, don't even expect an email. Your sales is when you're building a list, so you're asking for an email to give them some other content, or you're actually selling something.
Yeah. And then what happens is your tribe starts to build. So you'll have people that are interested in your free content. Then you'll have people that are interested in your paying content. You'll have cold leads that turn into warm leads. And then you'll have raving fans that turn into referrals. And the reason why we want raving fans is because nurturing the existing tribe is a lot cheaper and easier for you than replacing them when they drop out the bottom just as quickly as they're coming in.
Yeah. As you're going through your business, you should get really good to know what's the customer value, the lifetime value of a customer. And then you'll know how much you can afford to invest to get a new customer. And once you've got a customer, you want to keep it as long as you can.
Keep it. Get it.
Keep them, you know, you want to keep them satisfied and happy. But yeah, you do want to retain that relationship.
Okay, so attract your tribe. Smart Chicks really began, this is a very short version, but Smart Chicks began because Kirsty and I met, obviously, in the Facebook group, and then she bedazzled me with her voice messaging abilities. And then we talked about property renovation, and then we actually decided that we just wanted to hang out with some Smart Chicks. Kirsty literally said to me one day, man, I just want to hang out with some Smart Chicks.
I knew I wanted us to be able to attract our people to us. So we went, let's be authentic, let's show them what business really is, because it's not laptops and beaches like people pretend. And raving about 6-figure salaries or whatever. It's kids, it's tricky, it's fun, it's juggling, but it's okay.
So let me ask you guys in the comments, it would be great to hear from you. Do you feel like you want to attract a tribe? Do you feel like you have a tribe already? Or do you feel like you'd like to hang out in our tribe while you kind of find your feet? Like there's going to be all different levels that you're kind of at when it comes to what you're comfortable with.
And when we talk about attracting your tribe, that is your potential clients or customers. Like that's the people that you serve. So if tribe specifically doesn't resonate with you, you might not want a Facebook group of, you know, thousands of people. You need to have a database of emails and people that are actually ones that at some stage might either just want to hang out with you or want to purchase from you. Some people will be just happy with your free content and that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So Ali's just starting to attract her tribe. Anne-Sophie definitely wants to. She's sick of chasing.
Yes, Lee, yes.
everyone is wanting to attract their tribe, or they currently are.
Perfect.
So the Smart Chicks Coterie is a community that we have grown. So at the moment, as of like yesterday, there was about 2,300 people in there or whatever.
This is an older picture.
So we've basically grown that community for the last 18 months or so from zero. So it started off with us talking to each other.
Yeah.
We use hashtags to increase the authenticity. There's actually heaps of engagement. Lots of people comment on how authentic and engaging this particular group is. We created it as a safe space to be able to learn ourselves, but then also have other people use it as a safe space to be able to start connecting with other people.
Yeah.
And basically what we've discovered since it's been getting bigger and bigger is the fact that people wanted an inner circle as well to be able to kind of hang out in. So that's when we started the Smart Chicks membership.
Yeah, that's right. The membership really provides credibility and results to your business, because you get what you need to make sure that you do what you need to do to move forward and get the results that you're after.
Yeah. So basically, when you surround yourself with only people who are going to
surround yourself with only people that are going to
lift you higher,
lift you higher.
That really was not proofread.
That's all right. We'll fix that later.
Or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point of this is, the actual point.
Yes.
When you connect with the right people, you start to attract a tribe. However, without a tribe around you, celebrating your wins, supporting you, the consistency and confidence to keep going can slow you down, because fear can start creeping in.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So you need to know that you have a group that has your back.
Yep.
Especially when you want to make inner circle connections.
Yeah.
So
this is where the membership comes in. For those of you that are thinking, I would like to be a part of something where I've got, some help and support through that. So what are you going to get out of being part of the membership? You're going to grow your business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. For starters, that's the number one thing.
Yeah. Gaining confidence, reflecting and celebrating often, being able to basically just hang out with a group of people that are like-minded. So our membership is $33 a month. A lot of you are actually in our membership. So those of you who are in the membership, you'll know that we're really focusing on the weekly tasks. So it's surrounded by connection. So every week we've got a connection or a consistency or a confidence task, and every Friday we have celebration. So we're having our celebration call in the membership after this. So we celebrate what people have done that week.
So there's only one task that you'll be given. So you're not overwhelmed, but the goal is that you do take on that task for the week, and then you share how you've done that. And the celebration is sharing something to do with that task, but also sharing something in your business that you've done, whether it was a small win or a big win, or something that's a win for the future.
Yeah. Now, the other things that are involved in the membership are, as of November, people are going to be able to actually start having their apply to have your blog featured on the website. We've got a particular application form that's going to be popped up in November.
Yep.
The other thing that we've got is an extra pop-up shop. So over in the Coterie, we have promo day for the business community on the 1st of the month. The pop-up shop is actually another time in the month that the guys get to actually promote their business and their services. We've also got a global business directory. We've got free business resources in our business hub, and we've also got our Tribe and Vibe business catch-ups.
Yep.
Dee actually was just saying that she really wants to start getting back into the Tribe and Vibes.
Yeah.
And we've just opened up the Tribe and Vibes to be able to be hosted by anyone in the Coterie, which is really cool, right?
Yeah. So if you're interested in hosting a Tribe and Vibe, we know that there's so much we can do online nowadays. It's incredible, but there's so much power in finding some local people that you've potentially found within the greater community to be able to connect with, and perhaps create a mastermind or whatever it is. So we've got our next one on Monday.
Yeah, it is.
So those of you that are here in Adelaide and coming, we'll see you there.
Yeah, and one of our community leaders here in Adelaide, Greer, is going to be hosting that. If there's a community leader out there in the chat box that wants to talk about running a Tribe and Vibe, you're welcome to do that. It's totally free. Anyway, we've got a whole heap of stuff that you can read about.
Just reach out to us if you're interested.
Yeah. Now,
membership. So the membership itself, we've decided we're actually going to close the doors to the public at the end of this month, and we're going to really work on spending some time and nurturing and having some great conversations in there until the end of the year. So they won't open again until the new year. So if it is something you're interested in, it's really worth having a look at. There will be a price rise when it actually relaunches as well, or reopens, and it'll pretty much always only be open for a short space of time so that we can really concentrate on nurturing and building the community. So it's, like I said, it's not just sort of anyone in there and in and out. People actually are genuinely coming in because they want that connection.
Yeah, and we don't want it to be like a vomit information on new membership. It really is a doing membership. So every single week, you've got these tasks that are moving your business forward, and simple, small wins in your business often actually equal big wins by the end of the month, right? Yeah.
What did Joe Bendel say? Be 70%.
Aim to be average.
Be average. Aim to be average. Because if you can be consistently average, you're going to freaking kill it.
Okay, so Kelly is one of the chicks that's actually in our business. Can you pull out when you need? Yeah, it is month to month. So
yeah. So you're not locked into anything.
Yeah. So Kelly is actually one of the people that love Smart Chicks. She got to know us. Again, it was a very word of mouth referral, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, actually, I was randomly in a coffee shop and Kelly just called out to me. She was, you guys from Smart Chicks?
And that's actually really good to know. Good on you, Kel.
Yeah, and then she connected with me, and now I buy her jewellery because she's got amazing jewellery.
Yeah, beautiful girl.
Okay, so Kerry is an amazing supporter of Smart Chicks. She's also our website developer, which is awesome. Kathy has done a lot of the behind-the-scenes tech and also loves Smart Chicks.
Just some, great examples of people that have been in there and around there for a while, members of the community that just, love being a part of it.
Yeah. Okay, so a little bit more about the actual terms of the membership. So there's no lock-in contracts, guys. Sophia was just asking about that. So it's $33 a month. And basically you can just come in and out. But what happens is if you choose to leave, your directory listing will get taken off, and then you'll need to actually put it back on when you come back.
That's right.
So what are some of the benefits of the membership?
Well, like we said, it's about the people that you're connecting and having conversations with. Is there anybody, I would love to see some people comment on here. Is there anybody who's found conversations with friends or family that aren't in business that have actually squashed your belief, your thoughts, your hopes, maybe aren't the right people? You need to make sure that you are in connection and collaboration and conversation with people that will support you, and that you can have those rants or debriefs with, and they're not going to go, yeah, see, hun, I told you it wouldn't work.
I told you should have just stayed at your job.
Yeah, that's right. Do you know how much you'd be worth if you just went and got a job?
Okay, so we also know that being an entrepreneur, particularly, like, we're lucky, right? We found each other, but a lot of people don't have a business partner or a mastermind that they hang out with. So to be able to actually have a group of people that you can constantly know are there because they're from around the world, right? Like, someone is always awake in the membership.
Yeah.
So basically, you're not lonely anymore.
No, that's right.
You're not sitting there thinking that you can't thrash ideas out or find connections that, are the more serious business people.
Yeah. We'll help you take all of the small steps, like each task, each week. We know that if you do what we ask you to do and you're a part of a community and you celebrate all the different wins you're having, you will get to where you want to go. We can't guarantee you how long it's going to take you because it's a journey, right? But if you don't have the right people around you, you won't get there. You can't do it alone. You don't want to do it alone. It's lonely.
It is. It really is. Sometimes you feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall. So the other thing that's great about the membership is the fact that we are actually in there a lot. So people think that we're in the coterie a lot. I'm in there probably once a day, and I kind of hang out when I've got some time. I spend a lot of my time in the membership group answering questions, being inspirational in there. I try to be as inspirational as possible. I like to share a lot of media.
Yeah, we share any other insights or tips or additional stuff that we have that we know might kind of get lost in the coterie. That's really for our members. So we really want the members to get everything they need to be able to grow and build a successful business.
Yeah.
Have the celebration, feel part of a community, have the accountability. Like, who do you have that kind of says, what were you going to do and did you do that and how did it go?
And Anne-Sophia's just said that becoming a member was a no-brainer for her as well. So this leads us to the next little special surprise. So thank you for hanging around.
It's $33 a month. We did say that just before.
Yeah, $33 a month. So if you want to head over to bit.ly/SC membership 2017, that should take you to the membership.
It will. I tested it.
the membership page. So that's going to be open, as we said, until the end of October. However, for those of you who actually book by midnight on Monday, which is the 23rd, so this is midnight, we're going to say Sydney time,
yes,
on Monday. So basically, you guys are going to be in the running to win a 3-hour 2-on-1. It's another threesome.
I know.
What's with that today?
I don't know.
3 hours, 3 people, business unpacked.
Yeah.
So we actually usually charge $1,100 for this. It's a half day. Our full day VIP business unpack and brainstorming buddy session is $2,200. But for you guys, we just want to give you a little present if you decide to give it a go.
Yeah.
So
one person
will. We'll have it all in our back end, that whether or not you decide to become a member, and
we'll draw it during the celebration next Friday in the membership.
Woohoo! So that's really cool. And then if you want to come and say hello to us, you're welcome to. You can come and hang out smartchicks.com.au. We've got a say hello section of the website. We've also got support at smartchicks.com.au that you can come and email us, and obviously come and join us in the Smart Chicks Coterie. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun place to hang out, isn't it?
If you're not in the Coterie, at least start with the Coterie.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just have a look at some of the questions. If anyone does have any questions, let us know.
Yeah, put in any now if you need any other things answered. We'll hang around for a little bit.
Okay, so
for those of you that have to go, you will still get the recording if you need or want to kind of look over it or whatever anymore as well.
Okay, so Mel was just saying she loves connecting and finding the right tribe. So Mel, will people join only from word of mouth or via the group? So if you're talking about the membership, they can join on our website, which is that link we just gave you, which was bit.ly/SC membership 2017.
Yeah. There may be some personal invitations while it's closed, but effectively it'll be closed to the public. So on the website, you won't be able to click on, you'll be able to go onto a waiting list to know about when it's reopened. But other than that, they'll need to be personally invited to kind of come in. So
yeah. And Mel, if you want to chat to us about how we can basically let your community know, because I know that that's probably what you're asking about. Yeah. Mel's got a business that we actually support. It's a not-for-profit business called Puddle Jumpers.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people within her community are also business owners who volunteer for her. So we can give you a little bit more detail about that. Yeah. So we've also got Anne-Sophie talking about becoming a member is a no-brainer.
Yep. So the 1,100, so that is basically what you're going to go into the running for. So basically, if you decide to become a member, you sign up by Monday night, midnight, you will go into the draw to be able to win a 3-hour brainstorming session with the two of us.
Yeah. So regular retail price is RRP. But it's going to be free for the person who wins it, right? So anyone who decides to become a member by midnight.
A month. Sophia, it's $33 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you join and rejoin?
Yeah, great, Mel. Can I?
And then, so 1,100, is for the thing. Okay, so $33 a month, as Kirsty said.
Fabulous. Signing up now. I'm looking forward to the chance to win.
Oh,
awesome.
Awesome. Linda's in. Sophia, boom. Okay, so Melanie's going to actually email and mail out to all of her tribe as well, which is amazing. Thank you. And then, so that's it.
Brilliant.
I think for those, we might just hang out here for like 5 minutes. See if anyone else has got any
other
questions.
I'll just finish my cold coffee.
I finished mine and it was cold.
Yeah, but that's right. But thanks so much for hanging out. Do you know what? We really wanted to try and make it short and sweet, but at the same time, we didn't want to speak so fast that you couldn't hear us. We probably spoke fast anyway. I know we both tend to kind of do that. So thank you so much for hanging around for the hour. We really enjoyed hanging out with you.
Oh, Tiffany's just saying one of the big things for me would be connections. Do you have any international members? Yeah,
we do have some US members. So when I last looked, there were about 80 odd in the coterie that were in, so definitely join the coterie. And
I don't know off the top of my head how many US people are in the membership though. We'll have to have a look at that. Yeah. You're welcome to send us an email or, I don't know, connect on Messenger or whatever.
Yeah,
cool. That's fine.
Bitly's broken? Oh, damn it. Okay, let me just grab my phone there and I'll quickly check it.
The Bitly's broken. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to actually share over to the something I prepared earlier.
It might be just that you haven't typed it in.
Have you typed in bit.ly/SC? Okay, I'm going to actually just show you guys quickly as well.
Yeah, do you want to just click that?
Okay. I'm actually just going to go straight over to the website so I can show you guys.
Because I just copied and pasted it straight from Bitly onto him, so it should be fine. Yeah, good idea.
Where is it?
Desktop. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're just waiting for Smart Chicks, the website to turn up.
Yep. Another comment. Okay,
who have we got asking a question? Linda, she's in.
Case sensitive.
So let me just find out. Linda, obviously the Bitly link worked for you.
Yeah, if that works, that's good.
Good. Now, if you can't get through on the Bitly link for some reason, the other link that you can use is smartchicks.com.au/membership, and it will take you straight to this page, which is our membership page. So just a reminder, the doors are closing October 31st, and then it just gives you a bit of an idea of what the membership is all about, which is really exciting. Okay, cool. And then other than that, I actually just wanted to show you guys, for those of you who haven't had a chance to download the worksheet yet, I'm going to give you a bit of a sneaky peek. So getting out of the bushes of your business in ways that aren't kind of gross. And then so you can just basically jot a few things down. How do you feel about connecting? When and where are you going to do it? Some ways that you can show up in your business, the criteria for your avatar interviews, what I will give the interviewee to say thank you when you do your avatar interviews, Facebook groups you want to hang out in, influencers you like to hang out with, ways that you can collaborate with others. You've got this. Reminder. And then content idea. Yeah, so for freebies and paid offers, and then just the ways that you can say hello. There's also the link to the membership in there as well.
You can really show your teachings through talking about, your story, or and whether you call it story, whether it's just experiences you've had. Show by sharing that with people, and just
okay,
be genuine.
If we've got no other questions, we might let you guys go. We can obviously talk, people. We were intending on going for 45 minutes, so thank you for sticking with us.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All right.